I just decided that I wanted to leave a legacy for my children. And the lot that we're standing on right now, this is my grandmother's old house. When I first started the program, all of the students that I had were all my relatives, all my nieces and nephews when we first started. And it was just a way for them to engage them and to have something fun with them. And, you know, instead of them being bored in the house, you know, we're doing something here. And this is where we started. And they'd always think about new things that they wanted to do. And they did the mural around the corner. And then I was able to get a very small grant from Wells Fargo. I believe it was the mini grant. It was years ago. And then I think it was like $5,000. It wasn't that much, but we stretched that $5,000. We made a butterfly garden. The kids had ice cream, and then it just became every year. I'm like, okay, well then if I can write grants to make the kids happy and do extracurricular activities with them, that's what I was going to do. I ended up paying more teenagers, and those teenagers told someone else, hey, Miss Jackie around the corner, she'll pay you for pulling weeds and watering plants. And she takes you on trips, and she feeds you, and she takes you everywhere. So it turned, by itself, it evolved into a program.
So this is composting?
Yeah, so basically what's in here is produce, grass cuttings, leaves, and a little bit of coffee, and mix that up to like 150 to 160 degrees, and then we feed it to our worms. Then our worms supercharge it, and that's what gets you the compost and fertilizer that we make. If you're a Latino or Latina or whatever, you know that it's a traditional thing that it starts with a grandma, and then from a grandma it starts from the mom, and then the aunts, and then the uncles or whatever. And it's kind of always been there. So I just say, you know, it's an opportunity, and it's like I get to learn how to grow flowers. So, you know, let's try something new.
My name is Maria Vicente. I'm the head of graphic design. I'm also the program coordinator. A lot of our students that we have are based in Camden or Kramer Hill, so they do care about their community and they are here to make their presence known. Because as we said earlier, there is a lot of assumption that the youth does not care for the community or what is happening to their environment, which isn't true. Jackie started this in 2017, as I'm sure you heard earlier. I didn't become official until 2019 because my mother had passed, and 3 years prior, my father had passed. So to keep me from going into the system, she took custody of me and my brother, who his name is John Vicente. In the beginning, when she was doing this, I used it as a sort of outlet just to try and stay out of the negative mindset of like the grievance, because I didn't want to be stuck in one place. I do recall when my dad had passed, I used to be an honor roll student, and all my grades actually plummeted to like Fs. I had, at one point, I think I had a 2 in a class, which it was surprising that I can get that low. So I just wanted to get something just for high school. I originally went to Camden Big Picture Learning Academy, which was a project-based school, and it was very heavy work intensive because everything was a project. You had to do public speaking. Every quarter you had to get a presentation report to people from the school about what did you learn that quarter. You know, an internship, you had to do an internship project, autobiography, all this stuff that had to be done. So what she had done is she had transferred me out of there into Mastery. So when I was at Mastery, I ended up doing work study with her, which was being involved in the garden, giving back to the community, and just finding a way to distract myself. Ooh, fun fact. So you see this right here? Mm-hmm. This is caused by minerals being absorbed from the rock. So this rock has been here for a while, right? So to have certain minerals that'll grow inside of it.
The entire time I've been here, it helped me get closer to her because I get to see what type of person she is, and she can also teach me. So I'm learning, but I'm also making a friend, and it's like it does become like a big family because I'm with them like the entire time, and I get to know more about their personal life, but I also get to do something they like to do, and I also enjoy doing it. So, yeah.
And I feel like it's a good program in getting to know people, mainly because, like I had said previously at the Byron Gardens, I did have family that passed away, so this was kind of sort of a therapy for me. And I understand that there are some students that may not have had the same resources or support as I did, and I really encourage for this gardening group to be that sort of safe haven for them. So I usually make sure, like, you know, if you guys ever need to be heard or anything, you could talk to me. We can work out things. If something's troubling you, you can let me know. You know, I'll be there for you. I want to be your shoulder to lean on because I've been in a horrible place and I know how important it is to have that support with you. And I enjoy seeing them come into the program, seeing them learn. Sometimes I'll learn new stuff with them as well. And that's what makes it more personal and what makes a deeper bond in doing the community gardens, getting to know the people around you, getting to be able to be their rock or their source of support, and to build a family within the garden group as well.
Make it just a little longer.
My friends, at first I didn't really think of them much, but the more that I joined here, the more I realized that, yeah, these are good people here, you know? I realized that I can trust these people and that they know they will get their work done.
Isaac I've known for almost, we've been knowing each other for almost like
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years now. And under the span of less than 1 year, we've gotten close to this point where we call each other brothers.
Our business is family oriented. The reason why I run it that way is because the majority of the families that I grew up here with Camden, they want to be able to enjoy the outdoors. And all of a sudden I hire a sister and her sister bring her cousins or other family members. And it all becomes moms, uncles, and brothers and sisters, and everybody just working towards one common goal where we're all beautifying our own city and being stewards of our own community. And at the end of the day, that's the message that I understand that we have a lot of social ills that I'm not too crazy about in the city, but us as one family unit working together to beautify our city and just sending a message, not in my city, no more illegal dumping, no more taking advantage of our space and dirtying our lots, because it's a shame because what happens in our city is like, I would say a good 70% of the trash that is dumped on the lots is really not done by our residents. It's people coming out the cities, you know, to illegally dump. I've been a social worker for 20, 30 years, both in Camden and in Chicago. And somewhere around 2005, I just got tired of putting bandages and a lot of the problems that were going on in Camden, and I did leave. I lived in Chicago for about 13 years. In my 12th year in Chicago, I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of cancer, and I was not able to get the medical care that I needed in Chicago. So I did come over here to live back with my mother to get the medical care that I needed. Unfortunately, my diagnosis was bleak. I went from stage 2 cancer to almost a stage 4 cancer in less than 1 month. So before it metastasized, I think that's how you say it, I just decided that I wanted to leave a legacy for my children. And I wanted to put a tree in the middle of the garden that will symbolize me, and I wanted my ashes to be placed there. So that was my dream.
The neighborhood has benefited from the planting here by it's beautiful for the eyes to see, it's healthier for everybody around. It's actually keeping people to keep maintenance to their own ground and having to want it to look the same exact way.
When we worry about future generations, I really don't worry about our future generations. I really feel like our future is going to save our world. I really believe that. And this is why, because it was students that came up with this idea.
We just want to inspire some teenagers with a new mindset that you could do what we're doing now. It's not hard, it's very easy.
We do small things that make really big impacts.